Ma'am? Madama? Da, 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 da. La 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 la. I can't hear you. But I don't know if you're not talking or
Talking, Elisa.
not.
All right. Okay. So, we're trying this to review at the end of our dias and a little bit earlier. So, we're gonna see how this works. So, just to forewarn everyone, tech was bad, and generally speaking, other things were good. Retail, bankos, pharmaceutical stuff that's not tech, oil, gas, blah blah blah. So we have Oxy, oil, XOM, did very well. Running out to 2%, you have the banks and everything.
Disney. Woo-hoo.
We'll look at XOM only because I do like to short this when it gets up this much. Damn, it's going down. It seems like a good see, this is the problem when I look at stuff early. I want to buy it. Okay. I'm sorry, but I had to do that. So as you can see, we're in this area here where it spikes around. As you can see, it will be kind of going back and forth around this area. So it had a spike today, spike up. So I'm hoping that it has to spike down at least $2. And to me, sometimes that's a cheap way of making a little dinero. You can just follow the patterns. You see how it had an extra day up, and you see it's this, and this is starting. When it gets here, it starts to kind of do its zigzag thing, and then it starts to go down. So I think it's safe to assume that this will happen again, and if it does happen, you just KAT. So this is something that tomorrow you will get out. You will have your out at, like, let's say $15, and just be like, okay, let me do 115 even, good to cancel plus, so you can go outside the market, provide the cover, and oh, I only got 100. Okay, I got 200. I'm gonna go a little cray. Okay, so now, you take your amount, because with all stocks, they don't care so much volume in it that nothing that you could have is going to move it. So and you have your order. You verify it just to make sure it's nothing crazy. GTC Plus, okay. And that's if you get it over $2 per share. Let's see, anything else here? Bank of America. It's been going up slowly. It hit this $28 level again. We wanted the 25 level, and I'm still okay with waiting. It's just bouncing around here. And I'm not gonna push for anything to happen with the banks now, because if you can't get it at a good price, I don't want to get it. EBC, same thing. I do have some of this, but because the banks in general have been doing kind of bearish, I just want to wait. We are starting to get a turn here, and I will say, both EBC and Banco have done better than I thought, because I thought Banco would have gotten to 25, closer to $25 sooner, and it hasn't. And EBC would have gotten closer to $10 sooner, and it hasn't. So it does make me think that, maybe, there's a possibility that it could come up earlier. Another one that was continued to do good, even though I'm in a bad position, have it at 89.93, and that was the stupidest thing on me. Let me fill this one. It's still a very good stock. We had our bottom here at 80, and we still bought it at 89, like dodo birds. So that tells you even people can get FOMO who have set up their buy, set up what they want to do, instead of just putting an order at
and don't follow the process. That's basically it. If you don't follow the process and you get FOMO, that's the results. That's the position you got yourself in, and that's it.
You can still know the process and be aware of it and choose not to follow it. And in many cases, it's people who actually know the process and know when you're supposed to buy, but still get a FOMO or get their mind into all the hype that's going on, and that hype leads you to do things that are not in your benefit monetarily. And that's what buying at this, let's say, level does. When you know this is trending down versus buying at this level. When you buy at this level, you're automatically going to be green. When you buy at this level, you're automatically going to have to wait a month.
Hard. Yes.
Wait a month before you're still negative, and then probably wait another 2 weeks before you get back to this thing. So this is waiting a month. Buying here is waiting a month, and then waiting another month for it to come up. So that's basically 2 months for you to get back to even, versus buying here gives you all this time where you have that dinero and can use it and spend it, and then you're green immediately. So learn from our mistakes, people. P-Time. So it's been terrible. We didn't continue to stay in this or bleed this down. It had a big gap down. That was an opportunity. Basically, the gap has filled, but it's coming back down. I still, because fake news is still trying to prop this up. A few days ago, they had did an upgrade on this. to like what was it, $13 or something. So that probably means it's a chance it could get there. If it starts going up, I don't want to say I want to go long on this, but I am looking out for that. We have that $7 level. We said that it was $10 and the $13. Yes. And this is just, for the holidays. But just make sure you're in it, shorting after that. I wouldn't recommend writing it up. It could be done, but I just wouldn't recommend it just because it's such a loser. You're gonna make more the going down on this, I would think. Also, let me just say,
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend going up in P time because it could decide to just drop like a rock too. Some,
yes,
some
you agree.
roller coaster. Yes, so we know this is not a good financially stable company. So we want to make sure that does the pop up.
Okay, this is not investment advice. Not anything I say. There's nothing that I say is investment advice.
This is
I'm
just
not.
our opinion.
Let me finish. There's nothing that I say is investment advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a clown on YouTube. And this clown would do XYZ. And so I'm saying, because I would do XYZ, I'm just telling you this is what I would do. But I am not advising you in any such manner. If you want a financial advisor, you can look that person up in the library somewhere and go with that person.
Oh, I second that as well. I'm not a financial advisor. We're just learning as we go. This is just our opinion, and we're trying things as we
Okay.
learn.
Coin had a good day here. Um, we had a nice wick up, and then it went back down to basically where it should have been, basically 80. Maybe a finish going down to 80 in the post market. And I had it, didn't have it all the way at 86, but I had it halfway at 83 and a little bit and wrote it down. And it was crazy. Like, I bought a little bit up here higher, but most of my buys were midway. So I didn't even get the best price. But because it just kept tanking and I just kept buying and it kept more tanking. I kept shorting and it just kept tanking. I was able to do well with this. So this was the stock of the day per se. Because
Nice.
like this as the stock of the day, because I felt that it around this area, this 80 to 81 area, it usually likes to tank. We had looked at this yesterday. I don't have my thing on here. Oh, you have on yours. Okay. But there's an area. Let's do this. Around here, there you can see it, where it loves to tank. And even though this last time it did go way above that and was really extra because of news, it came back down to its original place. And I noticed yesterday that it was kind of weak. So it always likes to hit this area, and I have it a little high, but it likes to hit this area and tank. Here it came up a little bit like before, but it still tank. Didn't even get here and was tanking when it was weak. The tank came up like before, but tank and tank. So it really loves to tank around this area, and sometimes you do get screwed and you have to wait. But because it had just happened where it went up, I felt that this was a good tank today, and I also felt that because yesterday, which you can't really see it, but yes, this is yesterday. It was a really small candle with a high wick, a high down wick, I felt that this would continue to go down because of that. And that's why I stayed with the short on it. Uh,
Hit the little cycle arrow.
uh-huh. So this was yesterday, but that's why I stayed with the short because I thought it was very weak yesterday. And as you know, yesterday was a good day for going long. So that's why I stayed with it, even though it was going up, and eventually it hit its point and crashed. And sometimes you do have to do that. So now we'll look at the negative, the negativo, the negative for the day. There's going to be a lot more stuff. Roku, we didn't look at. I'm not really gonna focus on that, but we'll just take a quick look. It's heading down, but it did have a decent wick up. So I'm wondering what could happen here. Overall, this is an up stop, but this looks like it could be heading down because all of these wicks don't mean anything because it keeps trending down. So that's going down.
It might be because Disney and the other people made a decision with the stuff. Like now that they've made a decision with the what's it called,
The
the
TV,
sporting.
yeah, that could
So I
be,
think it's gonna continue to go down.
yes, that's what I said. It's gonna continue going down. Um, so maybe the TV thing, the TV deals is making it have high wicks, but it's basically just a down stock.
Yeah, I think
Um,
that's what it is Disney and Paramount or something like that. They
yeah.
made the deal regarding the shows or whatever, and I think this is gonna be why.
UPS, we know what's going on there. They had their new contract, and so they're getting hit in the stock market because people think the UPS contract is a really good contract when it's just a normal contract and it's just a contract that pays because they work the whole time during COVID. So it's really not anything extraordinary. Um, and because the people work a lot of overtime, yeah, they'll be able to make up to 150K. But if you work, 50 to 60 hours OT a week, uh, driving around delivering heavy packages, I think you deserve a decent amount of salary. So, hey, um, so anyway, um, that's a Tesla or Stressless, as some people call it. It had a nice bounce up, but just like coin, that if you just took your money and run, and then boop, 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 that's how it was. Exactly the same. The charts, you could superimpose them. So, Tesla's been hot recently. We had a bounce up, and knowing me, I probably would have been thinking I wanted to short Tesla because of this, but I was afraid that it was strong, which it did come out, but it did end up lower. So,
I think it might still go a little bit higher because of the whole, like, oh, it's not just a car company, it's an AI company. So I think it's gonna drive it up a little bit.
oh yeah, but I'm just saying, this was a good next day thing where if you had made money here, you could have just been like, okay, let me short this
Oh,
at
true.
272. Yes, you would have to watch it go up and get scared, but at the end of the day, boom, you could have got your money. So that's another thing. These little bounces there are opportunities to just kind of reverse and make the narrow. So if you miss the bounce up, you can always get the right down escalator. Dollar General. Now this was interesting. This one was negative, and you would have thought it would have been good, especially with everything that happened to it. So I like stuff like this because you would have been expecting the Dollar General would have went up today for retail because all the tech stuff was down, but it didn't. So that says it's kind of extra weak.
It's going to continue to go down then, and it
Yes.
is going to hit that 120. So we do want to look out for
So
breaking that 120 or hitting the 120.
that's not a good sign. So
It's not a good sign at all. Like, can you look at the earnings were really
put
bad.
this
Look
in
at the
the notes. We've seen this before. That 120 long, and just wait for that 120 thing, and who knows? Hopefully, it doesn't go past that.
Is
But
that Dollar Tree or Dollar General?
you know, but we even have the 100 level here, so it's something that oh, there's a more better chance that it could get down here at least. Well, that's 2018, so that's maybe too much. They may be asking too much, but at least this 120 level. So, if you're liking
If
it,
it breaks that 120, let me see. Go back. Go back. Daily, please.
buy it.
If it breaks if it goes below 120, then I think it is going to head that way. It's gonna go 115 or 100.
So, but put it in a notice, put an alarm.
Can
Wait,
you put it because it's your turn?
no, it's your
I
turn.
have enough alerts and I already put Dollar Tree, I
Some,
think. It's
uh,
your turn. Put it.
I'm doing it on the thing I'm reviewing, so you can put it. And
That.
um, so next we have Meta. It's you expect it to go bad. It did. And a lot of people were saying this was strong in the beginning, so I guess it's gonna look like um, I guess the same thing where it bounced up, it did some wicks up, like basically the first 5-6 minutes, and then it just came down like a freaking rock. I don't like this because at least with coin and what was the other one we looked at? You had a chance. It took like 15, 20, 25 minutes, and you had a chance to get in and then get out. I hate when it does the wicks, but that's just tells you again,
We already have a notification on Dollar
people
General.
don't like, but this is a weak stock, and people are pumping this thing up. And
It's being pumped up and you just have to wait. Keep it moving up. It's gonna be pumped up.
AI news, but I'm telling you, if you can
I don't
get
even it, if
three,
it get I'll be surprised if it gets to 325, but it might get below it,
I'm
like 315.
but
Because it's making a little crest there in that 315, I think.
they cannot even get too much above, but it could. But it's just have an eye out on when this will be tanking, because it will be, or an eye out on when it's gonna do a big candle where you can just kind of take advantage the next day and short it. This was another one, Meta, around the 2% negative range. We have a little gap here, if you can see that. It's not really a gap, but I guess a little bit. It did some movement in the aftermarket. But here, you could easily make $5 or close to it. It did move down in the aftermarket, so that was a gap. And then it just basically did a little punch up. But if you just shorted it here and stayed in, you made money. So it's this was another good one. This was a good one to short. You didn't even have to wait or get nervous and watch it go up. Really, went up a little bit. Oh, it did go. The first like half hour it did. So and then it just went down the whole way. So that was a good short too. And I didn't get into that one, but I could have. But it was money to be made. Okay, so 1.70% here. We're looking at. I did a little bit in here, but I got out way too early. I just made a few dollars, and I was trying to focus. I had to pick one to focus on, and I picked coin, and I'm happy with it. But it's and I was probably better because I was able to keep getting into coin. I don't think, let's say I got out here with Apple, I don't think I would have gotten back into Apple. But here, you get your money, hit it again, and hit it again, and then you can watch it go up. This was a really, really nice stock today. This was a solid $6 on Apple, and this is my theory, where someone gave me the data to prove my hypothesis. I had this theory and basically anecdotally watching the stock, but every time it comes out with a new product, the day of its release, it always tanks. Now, Apple, that's just what it does. It always tanks. Now, it will, like, all of this here was leading up to the new release. This is where you get it. Then it's like it's closing even the day of the earnings. It's gonna come down for earnings, and then you get your new release again. Okay, let's lead up to this. The new release comes out and it's tanking. So it's really wise for your benefit that you sell the news. Well, the actual event you sell, and then you buy based on the news when it leads up to it. Just like earnings, okay? Earnings to earnings was good. So it led up to going up for earnings, but then once earnings is released, you think people are going to react and it's going to continue to go good. No, it always goes back down after earnings because this buildup was all here. Okay. And then you let off steam here, and then you build up for the iPhone release. The iPhone release comes out, and boom, you crash. So that's just one thing that I've noticed that Apple does. So use that information to make money with it. Just use the information to make money on it, basically. Here, Elisa, where this is Dollar Tree.
I already put the notification for Dollar General, so you have to put the one for Dollar Tree. So I'm not putting the one for Dollar Tree. It's the same thing. 100. If it breaks that, what is it, 113 or 109?
So we have 100 and this 110 here area, and it's kind of like I like the 100 better. So I would recommend, and this is kind of spiky. You don't even buy it here. I would recommend you wait till it gets close to here. So I recommend that for you.
I don't disagree.
You know.
And you put the notification, you're already there.
No, I'm not. I'm just gonna keep moving on it. It'll be fine. This too shall pass, what he says. So this thing right here, if I can remember, still, This is coming up, if I remember. Yes, it is. So this is one that I think is very strong, that I would just continue to let it go. This is behind the curve. This is gonna go up. This is another one that if you, um, especially leading into the holidays, if you just want to buy it here and either sell it here before people let it go, or wait and maybe sell it close to
You
180.
notice that even though it was a down day,
Yeah,
it still did good. So that tells you.
yeah. So this is your fake down day where it does its gap up. I'll open this up so you can see. Okay, so it basically with the wick, it got to where it was at closing. And yes, it's down here, but tomorrow it will be up again, and it's basically going to maintain itself. So as you can see, it went down, it came up in the middle of the day, then went back down. But this is just in preparation for it to continue to go up. So you could buy it here. This is fine. But this is a strong one that you can honestly just hold until Christmas or after Christmas or whenever the next what is this August, September, October, November comes, and just sell it then, or wait the full 6 months and sell it in February when that comes out, and you'll get your either $20 per share, $40. So this is something a person can do right now. Just set it and forget it. Buy it at the current price. Set it out maybe at 160 and set another out at 180. You get rid of a certain amount at 160. You get rid of the rest at 180. Um, 6 months from now, and you got your money, and you didn't have to do anything. It was just an obvious thing that it's gonna do the come up. Here, I forget exactly where this one's at. This one's higher up. Oh no, it's still coming up, but this one is higher up. This is one where it will hit this 150 thing. This is a shorter period of time, but this is where we have been saying this since like 130. You put your money in and boom. And then you set it and forget it. So that's a recommendation. It's easy peasy. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to look at it every day. You know it's heading in that direction, and and you just wait. Um, so that's that. That's for people who don't want to do this actively and who just want to set it and forget it type thing. And those set it and forget it plays are very good plays. Don't sleep on those plays. And especially good for people who are kind of like they're what do you call it, Lisa? They're kind of like squeamish. They don't want to see the baby being born. They just want to see the baby
Yeah.
after.
Or also if you're just too busy and you only have certain limited amount of
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
you can just play one stock and kind of
yeah,
observe it and put your set it and forget it, and you're gonna make
yeah.
money on the
You
side.
make a couple plays. If you get into Amazon and Google or whatever, maybe you can do another play like a bank stock, something long term where hey, this thing is gonna come up to this level, and then I'm gonna automatically get out, and that's gonna be that. Home Depot, um, uh, it's basically got to hit this level. It could come up to this 340 level, which I wish it would. But then I do expect this to head down, especially going into the winter. But I'd like to get it at 340 if I could instead of 330. But who knows? But this is another one I'm kind of watching. So if you can get a good buy at 340 on this, um, even though, let's see, did it hit it here? It came down here. around the same time, around this September, November time or whatever. For the winter, when you get into the cold weather, this will come down. So I'm not expecting this to come up like this. I'm expecting it to start to go down as you get into November. I'm expecting it to peak. So see if you can get this 340 peak, because I don't think you're gonna get this crazy peak right here. This was when wood was $1 million a piece. So if you can get this 340 peak, or even this little wick job, and then watch it come down for the holidays. This is another thing that's kind of just very obvious. That you're gonna make money because Home Depot's gonna go down over the winter because people can't be doing a lot of home stuff. Most of the construction's done in the spring and summertime, and people only do indoor construction in the winter, so they don't make as much money. So that's another play. It's a short play, but some people like to play shorts instead of longs. Nikete, this one is coming down.
It's gonna come down.
I don't want to say crashing and burning, but I do really like it when it gets to this kind of like $90 level, this 90-ish level. If it got to 90, wink, wink, nod, nod, I will go up on it, and I would anticipate it going up for the holidays and people buying a lot of Kaka shoes and stuff and Jordans for the niños. So yeah.
Yes.
So if you can get it tonight, I would
Wink,
take it
wink,
and run
nod,
and
nod,
go long.
wink, wink.
If it goes down that far.
We don't have that much time because the kiddos are coming, but yes, continue.
But yeah, so that's what I would suggest. Doo, doo, doo. This is still the bane of my existence. And I'm just hoping that it would do a flip down like it did here. Still in Campbell's. I shorted it, hoping to get to the 40. And I'm still believing in it, but it just takes so long. And like I said, when you get this stock at 40, or you can have it now if you want to, and you want to ride it all the way up to like 55 or whatever, 56, whatever, just notice that you're going to be looking at a 6-month process, you know? And that's a lot of spam that I'm getting, people. But it's going to be a 6-month process. So just be aware of that. But it is guaranteed money. Open, we know what's happening here. Yeah, it's saying I only moved like 2 pesos, but that's kind of
Centavos.
yeah. I don't care about Taco. Tarche. This should have come up. It's slightly negative. That means it's very weako, because this was the opportunity for it to come up. So it kind of just went all over the world today. But as you can see, it's trending down. So don't expect a lot from Target. You can definitely expect this 120 to get hit.
Woo-hoo.
And hopefully, if it hits the 120, hopefully it will start to come back up. But it may even fade it a little bit, just so people know. You know,
I gotta get going, Miss Green.
to fade it. All right. So we're about to end anyway. We looked at basically everything. Uh, American, it came up a little bit, but yeah. Let's see how this goes. We'll do our earlier reviews and see how it goes, and maybe we'll read the article later because I took so long. All right.
Yes,
Peace out.
ma'am.